Welcome to Relaxed Reddit Readings. Today we have 4 Reddit stories for you. Reddit stories that will leave you speechless. Story 1. Accidentally outed someone at the gym. So I accidentally outed someone at my gym and now I'm wondering if I'm a complete monster. Let me set the scene for you. I joined this really nice gym last month that has all the fancy extras: pool, steam room, ice bath, the works. The steam room only runs 3 days a week and you have to tell the manager beforehand if you want to use it. So the other night around 10 p.m., I finish my workout and ask the manager to let me into the steam area. He tells me it's already running and there are 2 guys inside. No big deal, right? I mean, it's a communal steam room. So I go in wearing just my towel, and immediately I can tell something's going on. These 2 guys are sitting really close together, and the moment I walk in, they jump apart like they've been electrocuted. One of them starts frantically adjusting his towel. The other guy just freezes completely. The whole vibe in there becomes incredibly awkward. I'm thinking maybe I interrupted some kind of private conversation, so I just nod and sit on the opposite side of the room. But then I realize what I actually walked in on. These guys were clearly having an intimate moment, and I just barged right in. Now here's where it gets worse. The next day at the gym, one of the guys comes up to me in a panic. Turns out he's not out to his family or friends, and he's terrified I'm going to say something. He's practically begging me to keep quiet about what I saw. I told him of course I wouldn't say anything, it's none of my business who he's with or what he does. But apparently, word somehow got around the gym anyway. I honestly have no idea how, because I didn't tell a soul. Maybe someone else saw them together, or maybe they were just being more obvious than they thought. Either way, this guy is convinced I'm the one who outed him. He's been giving me dirty looks every time I see him, and apparently he's been telling people I'm homophobic and did it on purpose. His friends at the gym have started avoiding me too. The thing is, I genuinely didn't say anything to anyone. I'm not homophobic at all, I have plenty of LGBTQ friends and I really don't care who people sleep with. But this guy seems convinced I ruined his life by walking into a public steam room at a time I was told it was available. I mean, I get that he's scared and probably embarrassed, but was I supposed to psychically know what was happening before I went in? The manager told me it was okay to use the facility. It's not like I was trying to spy on anyone or cause drama. Now I'm wondering if I should have handled the situation differently. Maybe I should have just turned around and left the moment I realized what was happening. But wouldn't that have made it even more obvious and awkward? I feel terrible that this guy is going through a hard time, but I also don't think it's fair that I'm being painted as the villain when I literally just used the gym facilities the way they're supposed to be used. Am I missing something here, or am I really the bad guy in this situation? If you're enjoying these stories, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which story you relate to the most. Story 2. Mom demands $300 monthly for retirement despite being rich. So my mom just dropped a bomb on me and my sisters that has me questioning everything about family obligations. She wants all 3 of us to give her $300 a month each for her retirement, claiming it's our duty as her children. Now, I'd totally be on board with helping my mom out if she actually needed it, but here's the kicker: she has multiple rental properties that earn more than any of us make every month. We're talking serious money here. All 3 of us are in our 30s with our own kids to take care of, and my sisters are both stay-at-home moms, so their husbands would be the ones footing this bill. Meanwhile, mom's sitting pretty on her real estate empire. Let me give you some context about our childhood, because I think it matters here. Growing up was rough, and I mean really rough. Mom was emotionally and physically abusive to all of us. I have vivid memories of her hitting us with whatever she could get her hands on: belts, wooden spoons, you name it. She'd scream at us constantly, call us worthless, and made it clear that we were basically burdens she had to deal with. The emotional scars from that childhood run deep for all of us. We've all had to work through years of therapy to deal with the trauma she put us through. And now she has the audacity to claim we owe her money because she's our mother. The woman who made our lives hell for 18 years thinks we should be grateful enough to pay her a monthly allowance. What really gets me is how she's framing this whole thing. She keeps saying it's our duty, like we're somehow indebted to her for the bare minimum of keeping us alive. She never mentions the years of abuse, the therapy bills we've all had to pay as adults, or the fact that she's financially better off than all of us combined. It feels like she's trying to guilt-trip us into funding her already comfortable retirement while we're all struggling to make ends meet with our own families. My sisters are torn because they still have this ingrained fear of disappointing her, even after everything she put us through. But I'm at the point where I think enough is enough. Why should we be expected to financially support someone who never emotionally supported us? Someone who actively made our lives worse and never even apologized for it. I've been thinking about telling her absolutely not, that she can use her rental income for her retirement like a normal person. But part of me wonders if I'm being too harsh. I mean, she is getting older, and maybe this is some twisted way of her trying to stay connected to us. But then I remember all those nights crying myself to sleep as a kid because of something she said or did, and I think maybe I don't owe her anything at all. Am I wrong for wanting to refuse this demand, especially given our history and her financial situation? Story 3. Sister's cheating drama is tearing family apart. Okay, so my sister-in-law just had a baby, and the whole situation is making me question if I'm a terrible person for not being able to stand her. Let me walk you through this mess. My brother is 29, I'm 19, and his wife is 27. They got married back in 2021, and everything seemed fine at first. But then in 2022, she cheated on him. Not just a one-time mistake either, we're talking a full-blown affair. My brother was absolutely devastated when he found out, and honestly, so was our whole family. We watched this guy who we love get his heart completely shattered by someone he trusted. But here's where it gets really messed up. Instead of divorcing her or even separating, she somehow convinced him to have an open relationship. And get this, it's only open on her side. She gets to sleep with whoever she wants, but my brother doesn't see anyone else. How is that even an open relationship? That's just her cheating with permission. After that whole situation went down, none of us in the family talked to her for 2 years. We just couldn't stomach being around someone who hurt my brother like that and then manipulated him into accepting it. We tried to be there for him, but it was hard watching him stay with someone who clearly didn't respect him or their marriage. Then she got pregnant, and suddenly everyone's expected to just forget everything that happened and welcome her back into the family with open arms. My brother's been pressuring all of us to forgive and forget because they're having a baby together. The baby was born recently, and I'll admit, the kid is adorable and innocent in all this. I love my nephew to pieces already. But I just can't bring myself to pretend everything's okay with her. When I'm around her, I can barely look at her without thinking about how she destroyed my brother's self-respect and turned their marriage into this weird arrangement where she gets everything she wants and he gets nothing. My family keeps telling me I need to get over it for the sake of the baby and family unity. They say people make mistakes and deserve second chances. But this wasn't just a mistake, this was a calculated decision to cheat, and then an even more calculated decision to manipulate my brother into accepting ongoing betrayal. I've tried to fake it and be civil for family gatherings, but I know it shows that I don't like her. I'm polite but distant, and I think she can tell I'm not genuinely happy to see her. My brother's starting to get frustrated with me, saying I'm making things awkward and that I need to move past what happened between them. But how am I supposed to just pretend to like someone who I watched hurt my brother so badly? How am I supposed to sit there and make small talk with someone who's still basically cheating on my brother with his permission? I want to have a relationship with my nephew, and I want my brother to be happy, but I feel like I'm being asked to compromise my own values and pretend that what she did was okay. Is it wrong that I can't just let this go and play happy family? Story 4. I gave my friend a $30,000 car but not my uncle. So I run a car restoration business in Eastern Canada, and I've been fortunate enough to do really well for myself. Well enough that I was able to give my longtime friend John a car he's been dreaming about for literally 20 years. We're talking about a $30,000 car here, and I genuinely felt like John deserved it. This guy helped me out massively when my business was just getting started and could have easily failed. But now my family's calling me selfish, and I'm starting to question if I made the right choice. Let me give you the backstory. John and I have been friends for 2 decades, and when I was struggling to get my restoration business off the ground, he was there every step of the way. He'd come help me work on cars for free, lent me tools I couldn't afford, and even helped me find my first few customers through his connections. Without John's help, I'm not sure my business would have survived those early years. Throughout our entire friendship, there's been this one car he's always talked about wanting. Every time we'd see one drive by or at car shows, he'd get this look in his eyes and talk about how someday he'd love to own one. So when I finally had the means to make that happen for him, it felt like the right thing to do. The car meant something to him, and he'd earned it through years of friendship and support. But here's where things get complicated. I have an uncle who's been struggling financially for a while now. He's got some health issues that make it hard for him to work, and money's been tight for his family. When word got out that I'd given John this expensive car, my uncle and several other family members were not happy. My uncle actually confronted me about it, saying that blood should come before friends and that if I had $30,000 to give away, I should have given it to family first. He pointed out that John didn't actually need the car, he has a perfectly functional vehicle already. Meanwhile, my uncle could have really used that money for medical bills and just general living expenses. Other family members have chimed in too, saying I have an obligation to help family before anyone else, and that it was selfish of me to give such an expensive gift to a friend when my own uncle is struggling. They're making me feel like I chose wrong, like I should have been thinking about family first. But here's the thing, while I feel bad about my uncle's situation, he and I don't have the same kind of relationship that John and I do. My uncle never helped me build my business, never went out of his way to support me when I needed it. Don't get me wrong, we're family and I care about him, but John earned this through 20 years of genuine friendship and support. I also can't help but think that if I started giving family members large amounts of money, where would it end? Would every family gathering become people asking for handouts? Would I be expected to solve everyone's financial problems just because I've been successful? I've worked really hard to build this business, and I want to be generous with people who've been there for me. But I'm starting to wonder if I should have considered family obligations more seriously. Was I wrong to prioritize friendship over blood relations when it came to such a significant gift? If you enjoyed these stories, drop a comment telling me which one was your favorite. And if you want more relaxed Reddit readings, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment and subscribe for more relaxed Reddit readings.